All right, today we're going to talk about Clash. And right now we're entering into phase 2 of the first round of Clash for this season. And typically in a season, they might have one entire Clash season. And in each Clash season, it's consisted of 5 different Clash rounds. So right now, and also, if you are in a club, then you have the opportunity to actually participate in Clash. If you are not in a club, then you are unable to participate in the Clash. Okay. So we're going to go to my club here, and then we're going to go into this Clash here. And the way it works is it's divided up into different phases. So you can see here, we are in phase 2, which is the defense phase. Starts with the warm-up phase, and that's 2 days for the ranked members or the leaders of the club to actually sign up the club for Clash. And then once that occurs, we enter into phase 2, which is the defense phase, which also lasts 2 days. And then after the defense phase, it moves into the attack phase. So that's one round. So phase 1, 2, and 3 makes up one round. And then the entire season, the Clash season, is about 32 days, and it consists of about 5 rounds. So you can see in the top right, it says Clash season ends in 30 days, 9 hours. There are rewards for each round, and there are rewards for each season. So if I go down here and look at the rewards, you'll see if your club wins this round, you get 500 Clash tokens, 1,500 Clash coins, and then if you lose, you get a participation reward. There you go, participation trophies handed out. So you get 375 Clash tokens and 1,000 Clash coins, and then you get some packs too, right? So you get some 20 Class S packs for winning, 10 Class S packs for participation. All right. And then in the Clash season, so remember, the Clash season is 5 of those rounds, phase 1, 2, and 3. In the Clash season, if you are in the team that gets top 1, you're going to get 5,000 Clash tokens, 15,000 Clash coins, 3,000 tokens, and then the rewards just go down from there, right? So top 1, 2, and 3 are the best. Top 5% is the next best. And then we have 10%, and then 25%, and so forth. If your club does nothing but actually participates in Clash, you're probably going to be in this top 100%. You get 250 Clash tokens, 750 Clash coins, and then 100 tokens. As you can see, I haven't raced yet, but it does look like some people in my club have raced, and based on the points they've earned so far, they've already placed us in the top 25. So that's pretty good. We're going to get these rewards at the end of the season if we remain in the top 25%. Top 25%. Okay, so going back to the current Clash. Remember, this is a round, phase 1, 2, and 3, and the season is 5 of these rounds. And so when you come in here, you can see that you're matched up against a different team here, right? And then here we need to click on the defend, and then it brings up the screen. It says, hey, you've been assigned the following number of streets, 6 streets. So depending on how many people are in your club are going to dictate how many streets you actually have assigned to you to race. So I think our club has 20 people in it, and everybody gets 6 streets. So that's 120 streets. Okay. So if your club has 19 people, 18, 15, 10, etc., each person will have more streets to defend. So the way it works is each person will defend, and then later you're going to be attacking. So right here, you can see there's two different sides. On the one side, on the left, it looks blue. On the right side, it looks red. You got Gold Hills, Suburbs, High Village, Down Village, Back Kitchen. All of the tracks are the same on the left side, and on the right side, they just have different names to them. So our team is on the red side, and we're defending in here. So each of these sections, like Uptown, if I click into it, you'll see there's 4 main streets. Okay, so this number 1 indicates street 1, indicates street 2, street 3, right there, street 4. And when you're defending, you're actually able to defend any node that you want. So you can go into any of these nodes and pick which one you want. Now, the downside to Clash and being on the Switch is communication. So if your club has a Discord channel, then they're probably going to be better at Clash because they can communicate and organize everybody better. So different people have different garages. They have different skill sets. Some people might be better at D class versus S class cars. So you want to get certain people assigned to certain nodes. So our team, actually, our club actually has a spreadsheet, and we have different people assigned to different nodes. So let's see. I'm just looking over the spreadsheet here. I'm actually assigned to node 18. So if I go to node 18 here, I can click into it. And here it's going to show you a couple different things. I can first choose to occupy it. Okay. So if you're going to defend that node or street, then you have to click on the occupy. And let me back up for a second. Each of these are a street, right? So 1, 2, and then there's 3, and then 4. Those are each a street. But each of these that the cursor is on is also called a node. So I'm defending 6 nodes, and they could be on any of the different streets. And when it comes to the attack phase, so when we go and attack the opponent, each individual member of your club is going to pick one street to attack. And they start all the way on the left, and they're going to attack that first node of the street. And if they beat it, they'll move over. And then they'll attack that one. If they beat it, they'll move over. You'll notice right here, node 5 and node 6 actually meet together here on node 9, which I can't get it to select here. Okay, there we go. And then you get a choice, whether you can go straight across or you go up, and then they meet again. And then you can go up or you can go down, and then to the finish. Okay, so they have these, I forget what they call it. I think it's bifurcations or something like that, where you can actually split and go up and stay on the up road if you wanted to. So these nodes, like 9, 15, 16, 10, those are all very important nodes for your club to defend. So one of the nodes that I've been tasked to defend is this number 18. And I need to go in here and take a look at it. I need to occupy it first off. Okay. And then once I've occupied it, I get these 2 new options. I can practice. I can choose a car. And then if I accidentally occupied the wrong node here, I can click vacate. Okay. So I can go ahead and click vacate. And what that does is it actually removes me from that node altogether, and somebody else can go and occupy it. So I'm actually going to occupy it though. And then on the left hand side, you can see it says base points per street type, 540. And then extra points are awarded if you have certain criteria on the car that you select. So each node may restrict which cars you choose. And whatever you defend with, those cars, you're unable to use those same cars when you attack. So in phase 2, as I'm defending, if I pick a McLaren here to defend with, that specific car that I choose is not going to be available for me to attack later. So in phase 3. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a car. You can see it's narrowed it down to S-Class cars. And we're going to go with a McLaren. I'm going to do this McLaren Senna GTR. So you can see it's showing me which car is selected here. And then it says extra points. So if I use a McLaren, it's going to give me 42 extra points. If I have a 4-star, it gives me 75 extra points. If the car is at max, it's 130 extra points. I can also see that it is going to be San Francisco roller coaster ride. And then I have the option here to practice the race before I actually do it. It's similar to the Grand Prix. Oh, here's a reminder. The Grand Prix, I think, just recently started. So if you haven't already gotten pre-registered for that or done the warm-up for that, I think you need to do it. I think I missed that and I need to do round 2. So, but yeah, you can practice. But then you have the defense race and you have 3 attempts. After that, it's going to charge you tokens if you want to continue to try to race more. So if you crash again, or you get a bad time, then you might need to spend tokens. Okay. So we'll go ahead and race one. Actually, not the defense. Let's go with a practice first. And I'm not very good. Remember, I'm just average here. So I'm not gonna pretend I'm good. I'm not good at all. But we will go ahead and race and see how I do. Also, something to keep note of. When we get to the attack phase, which isn't going to be until tomorrow, you will not be able to practice. So all of the tracks will be just attack. So you have to, for all the nodes, you'll only be able to attack them. So you won't actually be able to practice them. Oh, not the wall. Okay. And this is why you practice first, right? Because you want to make sure that you remember, okay, this track, this is how I do it. This is where I go, right? Oh, don't want to hit that wall. I just hit that wall. So now I know this is just practice. So just again, once we get to the attack phase, we're going to not have the option to practice, and you're going to have to use the quick races. You're going to have to go in blindly, or you're going to have to use a club race to actually practice. And I'm probably not going to get a great time on this just because I'm trying to talk while I'm doing this. Yeah, so that's not the best time. But if it was a defense race, then it would have registered and I would have been awarded those points. Those points would have been added to the club total. So once everything's been raced, you still have the option to vacate. So if I raced it, let's say, and I didn't like the time I got, maybe somebody in my club could do it better, I could still vacate this node and they could jump in here. Or if I wanted to use a different car, I could also vacate this node as well. But if I've raced it with this car, actually placed a defense race and then vacate, I won't be able to use this car again. So keep that in mind. And just a reminder, when I use this car as a defense, I won't be able to use this car in the offense or the attack phase. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going through here and looking at which nodes I'm assigned to defend. So they all have different tracks, right? So if I jump in here, you see this one's Cairo, 1,000 Minarets. Whoops. This one is St. Peter's Kickoff in Rome. Also, these are typically D class. So the first nodes are typically D class. Then it moves into like a D class, C class, and C or B, B, A, and then S. Sometimes there's a S here. but typically that's how it is. So you're going to have a hard time if you don't have a good D-class garage to break into one of these streets. So, and then once your team is raced, you can pull up this status here and you're able to see how many assigned streets you have, how many occupied streets, defended streets, and then all streets defended. And then it's also going to show you versus your club. So you can see I'm assigned 6, I've occupied 1, and I haven't defended any yet, but my team has. So they've defended 54 and they've occupied 56. So the goal would be for our team to occupy and defend all 120 streets to get the most points. So if we come back out to the screen here, you can see our points at the bottom is 28,035. Position 335. So that's how we're getting the points. We're picking cars, racing them, and it's giving us a point value and then putting us in the ranking here. So hopefully after everybody races, after we finish this round, maybe we'll hopefully jump up to 10%. That'd be great. Our goal is 5%, but we'll see. All right. Well, hopefully this helps somebody in the defense phase. And when we get to the attack phase, I'll go ahead and show you how the attack phase works as well. Until then, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to defend. I have 8 hours and 28 minutes to defend. And I need to go into my 6 streets here, nodes, and occupy them and then race them. If you found this helpful, smash that like button. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.